Her name was Apia. She grew up in a home where beauty was like gold. Her sisters sparkled like jewels, their beauty drawing men in like a magnet. Suitors came with gifts, families arranged weddings, and joy filled the house again and again as her siblings left, one by one, to start their married lives. But for Apia no suitor ever came. Not one. Her body was graceful, her figure admired by many in silence. But her face drew whispers that stung more than daggers. How unfortunate! Her sisters are so beautiful. But her. Who will marry her? She smiled when others were looking, but in secret she bled. Her pillow knew the taste of her tears. Nights after weddings, when the music faded and her mother's laughter was gone, Apia would kneel in the quiet of her little room and whisper, "Lord, did you forget me? If you never give me a husband, at least give me a life I can live with dignity. If you will not make me beautiful in their eyes, then let me be useful. Let me work, let me serve. But please, Lord, don't forget me. Don't leave me like this." Her mother often found her praying and weeping, and one night, Apia confessed through sobs, "Mama, all my sisters are gone, but I remain. People laugh at me. If marriage will never come, then let me at least build something. I will never stop praying. Maybe God is still writing my story." And she did. She found a job in customer service. Day after day, she poured herself into it, speaking with patience, handling even the angriest clients with grace. What no one could deny was her voice. Sweet, soothing, almost musical. A voice that could soften a storm. She didn't know it yet, but this voice was the treasure heaven had placed in her. On an ordinary afternoon, Apia picked up a routine call. She greeted the caller the way she always did. "Good afternoon, this is Apia. How may I help you today?" It was Pastor Elijah, the most admired bachelor in the city. Handsome, wealthy, spirit-filled. Women dressed to impress him every Sunday, praying silently that he would notice them. But Elijah was unmoved by beauty. He often told himself, "I will wait on God. My wife will not be chosen by my eyes but by His Spirit." Yet, when he heard Apia's voice, something happened inside him. His chest tightened. His heart raced. For the first time in years he felt unsettled. He ended the call quickly, but long after he put the phone down, her voice echoed in his mind. Who was that? Why does her voice feel like peace? That night, he tossed on his bed, unable to sleep. By morning, he told himself, "I must hear that voice again." He called again the next day, but another agent answered. He tried again, inventing excuses just to reach her. Still no Apia. By the third day, Elijah laughed at himself. Am I a pastor chasing after a woman's voice? But the pull was stronger than logic. He wanted to hear her again. He needed to hear her again. And so his desperation began. What is this, Lord? Why do I feel like I'm losing something I never even had? At night he prayed, but his prayers turned into confessions. God, I am not only curious. I love that voice. It's not just you whispering, it's my heart pulling. I want to know her. I need to know her. Please, Father, lead me. Finally, Elijah decided to go in person. When he entered the company, eyes turned. It was impossible not to notice him. Tall, graceful, dressed simply but glowing with an aura that came from years of prayer and God's hand on his life. Whispers spread. That's Pastor Elijah. What is he doing here? He explained at the reception that he had come to follow up on an issue. They directed him to the customer service section. His heart beat wildly as he walked in. Desk after desk, he looked at the agents. Each one lifted their heads to greet him, but none of them carried the voice. His chest tightened with disappointment. He was about to leave when it happened. From the far corner of the room, he heard it again. The very sound that had kept him awake for nights. Good afternoon, sir. How may I help you today? Elijah froze. His feet refused to move. Slowly he turned. There she was. Pia. Not what he expected. His imagination had painted a face that matched the voice. radiant, flawless, breathtaking. But what he saw was different. Her face was plain, not ugly but not striking. A face the world would overlook. Yet in that moment, Elijah's heart did not shrink. Grew. Because her eyes carried something rare. Humility. A gentleness that no beauty could replace. And her voice. Oh, that voice. Sounded even sweeter in person. He approached her desk nervously, his palms damp. For the first time in his life, the great Pastor Elijah, adored by women everywhere, felt shy before a woman. Good afternoon, he stammered. Apia smiled politely, unaware of the storm inside him. Good afternoon, sir. How may I help you today? He wanted to say everything, that her voice had chased his sleep, that his heart beat differently since hearing her, that God had whispered her name into his soul. But the words caught in his throat. So he simply gave his request. His eyes fixed on her like a starving man who had just found bread. When he walked out of that office, he was shaking. His mind battled. She is not what people expect. She is not what my congregation dreams of. But Lord, why does my heart feel like it will die if I let her go? That night, Elijah prayed again, but this time with tears. Father, I love her. Can't explain it. It's not pity. It's not duty. It's love. And I will fight for her, even if the world mocks me. For Elijah, the battle had just begun. The next day, Pastor Elijah returned to the office. This time, he was not coming as a curious caller. He was coming as a man who had made up his mind. Apia looked up from her desk, and when her eyes met his, her breath caught. She hadn't expected to see him again. She thought he was just another client. But here he was, walking straight toward her. Her heart pounded. Why is he here again? Surely, someone like him has no business with me. Good afternoon, Apia, Elijah said softly, his voice carrying warmth. She froze. How did he know her name? Before she could answer, he continued. I came back because I couldn't leave yesterday. Your voice, your heart, they've been with me since the first day I heard you. Apia's hands trembled. She tried to laugh it off. Pastor, please, don't say such things. I know who you are. Everyone knows who you are. You don't belong here. You don't belong with me. Apia lowered her gaze, shame pressing down on her. People mock me, she whispered. They say I am the plain one. They laugh at me in the streets. Do you know what they will say if you even stand here talking to me? Elijah leaned closer, his eyes steady. Let them laugh, he said. I am not moved by their eyes. I am moved by God's choice. But more than that, Pia, I love you. My heart loves you. Her eyes filled with tears. No man had ever spoken to her like that. Pastor, don't disgrace yourself. You can choose anyone. Women dream about you. Why me? Because, Elijah said, his voice breaking with emotion, when I hear you speak, I feel peace. When I see you, I see the woman I prayed for. I don't want anyone else. I want you. But love is never without a price. It didn't take long before whispers spread like wildfire. Have you heard? Pastor Elijah has been seen at the office again. They say he's after one of the agents. What a shame. And guess who it is? Apia. Laughter filled the markets. Gossip flowed in the churches. Of all women, her. No, never. He will ruin his name. Apia wept in private. She wanted to run, to hide, to disappear. But Elijah was unshaken. He came again and again, each time standing taller in his decision. When friends confronted him, he answered simply, yes, choose her. Mock me if you must. But this is the woman I love. The storm raged for weeks, but Elijah did not bend. Slowly people grew quiet. They could see his heart was firm. And Apia, she finally stopped running. She allowed herself to believe that she was worthy of love. His love. Years later, children's laughter filled their home. Apia would sit in the evening, her little ones around her, while Elijah watched from across the room with the same adoring eyes he had from the beginning. Sometimes she would remember the whispers, the tears, the nights of loneliness. And she would smile. Because now she knew. God had never forgotten her. Apia's story teaches us something simple but powerful. You may not have it all. You may not have the beauty the world praises, the riches people chase, or the fame others desire. But God has placed something special inside you. For Apia, it was her voice. Sweet, calming, unforgettable. For someone else it may be kindness, wisdom, courage, or faith. That something might not impress the crowd, but it will draw the one person God prepared for you, and it will open doors no man can close. So don't despise yourself. Don't compare yourself to others. You may not shine in every way, but there is a treasure inside you that is more than enough for the people God has destined to love, honor, and value you. Remember